What is going on, guys? Back with another video. This time I'm bringing you an updated meme coin tier list. We've got around 40 different projects. We've got meme coins from different narratives, different chains. We've covered the main chains here, the likes of Ethereum, Solana, Sei Base, Sei, AVAX. So I do think this is a good overall list. We have some good projects, we have some very strong projects, some mid projects, and some projects which I don't think are quite worth it, right? We're going to be ranking this from not worth it up to potential 100x. I'm going to go through this quickly. I don't want this video to drag on too much. And again, guys, I've probably missed your favorite coin. If I have, don't forget to drop it down in the comments and I will rank it according to where, how many multipliers I think it can do over the next few months. So first one on the list, guys, of course, Dogecoin. This is the meme coin everybody knows. It is also the meme coin which is currently at a massive market cap, guys, right? So this is currently over 30 billion in market cap. In terms of what this is going to do, guys, for me, this is going to do anywhere from a 3x to max 5x. It's probably going to do just a 3x. It might not even do a 3x, but which is probably going to stay here for a very long time. It is a good option, but it's not going to give you very good returns. So the next one on the list, guys, is one which I do think is a decent option when you want some exposure to Solana. The other thing is as well with this is Bonk has a huge community. It is around 1.6 billion in market cap. So again, it is very high. I can probably see this doing a 5 to 10x. I do like the project. I do think it is a good overall meme coin. And as I've said, 1.6 billion, it's not going to give you insane returns, but a 5 to 10x, probably closer to a 5x, I think, is more on the cards. Next on the list, guys, this is my favorite high cap meme. I just think this is a very, very solid meme. I think it's still undervalued when you compare it to something like Dogecoin, Pepe. This is under 6 billion in market cap. For me, this is another project which I can see doing a 5 to 10x. I think even a 10x at a push could be on the cards. I do think this is a very, very strong meme, and I do think it's going to perform well from here. Next on the list, guys, we have Turbo. This was the first meme coin, apparently the first meme coin created by AI. And again, I do like this. I do think this is a very strong coin. It has shown some strength over the past month or so. Still down around 70%. It is sat around 350 million in market cap. So it is a lot lower than some of the other high caps on this list. Where can this go, guys? I think Turbo can still do, I would say, a 10 to 20x. Could even go higher, guys, but I don't think a 20x is impossible from here. But as I've said, if you want bigger returns, you do need to look lower in the market cap. And that is where something like Luby comes into play, guys. This is a meme coin which is extremely undervalued. This has insane potential, guys. I'm talking even up to 1000x, guys. I did make a video on this. This is created by an ex-senior artist for Rockstar Games, the person who you've seen in terms of creating the covers for GTA for big brands like Red Dead Redemption and also some other big brands. This is 300k in market cap, guys. Very, very undervalued. This is 100x potential. And just to be clear, guys, 100x on this would only be 30 million. This can even go on to do way more. 300 million on this would be 1000x, which I think is still possible. Luby, I really think you should do research onto it, guys. It's only a matter of time before big YouTubers start to cover this. That is going to be the 100x gem. I think is a no-brainer, right? Next on the list, guys, we have another high cap. This is Dog with Hat. And again, it's another high cap. It's around 1 billion in the market cap. Performed well over the past month or so. Where can this go? It is on Solana as well. I'm going to say potentially 10 to 20x. I think something like Turbo is a better pick. Something like Bonk also, of course, it's not going to give you as big returns, but I do think overall it is a stronger coin. But it's a decent option. Dog with Hat, I think, definitely can perform from here. Next one on the list, guys, is another massive coin, Shiba Inu, around 9 billion in market cap, and it hasn't really performed too well. It's sort of remained pretty stagnant, and I still think it's decent, it's okay, but I don't think it's going to give you any more than 3 to 5x in my opinion. Next on the list, we have the meme coin, which you could say destroyed the markets. the Trump official Trump coin. I'm going to put this straight into a void. Not worth it, guys. You know, there's still a lot of the supply to be released, and you know, it's just not good what this did to the market. We saw what happened, and you know, I would not touch this at all. Next on the list, we have SPX. Again, another decent high cap. This is around 800 million market cap. Has had a bit of resurgence over the past month, but it is pretty high in market cap. I'm going to put this in the 5 to 10x category. I don't think it's going to go much higher. I know the likes of Murad and some other big KOLs do like this, but for me, I just think there's better plays. Next on this, guys, it has been a frustrating one. Maneki, this has been very difficult, and you know, we've seen a lot of sort of hype with this in terms of waiting for the Binance listing. They did delete the post, and you know, at around 12 or 13 million market cap, again, guys, this can still pump. It is very degen, it's very high risk, and you know, if you're looking for something which is potential to rug, you know, or can go on to perform well, this could be a good pick, but you do need to be prepared for the headache that's going to come. Overall, I like the character. I like the meme. I think it's good. I just think the team need to stop playing around, and they really need to get their head on. But if they can get that listing, that Binance listing, I do think this could have a big comeback. It is pretty down as well. It's down massively. But as I said, guys, you need to be prepared for everything to rug at some stage. Nothing is safe. So again, you know, if this does rug, you know, don't come back here and start crying. I've told you the risks. And, you know, these are meme coins at the end of the day. But if you're looking for something that could explode, it could explode or it could die. I think Maneki is a good pick. Big community behind it as well. As I've said, the team just need to really wake up. Next on the list, guys, we have another big cap, Floki, and again, another sort of decent pick. You know, as you can see, guys, this is a very saturated market. This is another $1 billion market cap level, and there's a lot of competition for this. Floki, I'm also going to put in the 5 to 10x. I just think, you know, there's too many competition in terms of high caps. Next on the list, guys, we've got a very undervalued gem, Ponky. You know, this is, in my opinion, in terms of the community, in terms of, you know, hype, in terms of, you know, the meme, the character, the artwork, the videos. I just really think this is massively undervalued, guys. This is around 90 million in market cap. And, you know, for me, this is a project which I can see doing, you know, upwards of a 20x. If I was to pick between Maneki and Ponky, I know Ponky is a lot higher than Maneki, but Ponky would be the project that I would pick. You know, I really do like it, and ultimately the content they produce is solid, and I do really like it overall. Next on the list, we have ALTCOIN. Again, we've seen just how much this grew over the past months, the past year or so. It is 1.5 billion. It is one of the biggest coins on Solana, has a massive community. At 1.5 billion, how high is this going to go? For me, this is probably going, probably going to do 5 to 10x, potentially a 10x. I'm going to put it in the 5 to 10x, probably towards the higher end, towards the 10x category. But again, you know, the growth that I've seen has been insane. Next on the list, guys, we have Lofi. This is the best Sui meme coin, in my opinion. And we've, of course, seen a bit of fear in relation to what happened with Cetus. This has had about a 30% dip. It is now around 40 million in market cap. And, you know, ultimately, guys, I do think this can definitely bounce back. You know, I do think this is going to be the main coin on Sui. I know it's the second highest currently, but, you know, for me, guys, I think the community is really good. And, you know, Sui, I do believe is going to bounce back. Of course, this is shaking Sui a bit. For me, guys, this is still a very solid overall play. And I do expect, you know, 20 to 30x, very achievable on this. That would be, you know, around a billion, slightly over a billion, I think is very possible for something like Lofi. So yeah, guys, I think overall it's still a good pick. High risk, of course, but as I've said, potential for high reward. Next on the list, guys, we have another Solana meme in the form of GigaChad. Again, I like the character behind this as well. It has come down significantly as well. And, you know, ultimately, you know, 200 million market cap. Where can this go? I'm going to put this in the 10 to 20x category. I think it is a decent pick. Next on the list, guys, we have Pudgy Penguins looking to bring back the NFT hype, which is very, very quiet. Big influences on this, big KOLs. It is around 800 million, so it is pretty high in market cap. Also on Solana as well. You know, I do think this can have a big resurgence when we see NFTs come back. For me, where can this go? I'm going to probably put this in the 5 to 10x category as well. You know, nearly a billion market cap, so ultimately, if NFTs come back, this can go higher. But for now, I'm going to put this in the 5 to 10x category. Next on the list, guys, we have Warjack. This is another meme coin, which I think is very heavily undervalued. This is around $30 million market cap, and the character behind this is very popular. I really do like the character behind this as well. And also, it is very small in market cap, higher risk, of course. But, I do think, again, potential, this could give you potentially, I would say, 10, 20 to 30x. But again, guys, you need to be prepared for the risk that comes with this. Now, guys, we are getting into the Sei ecosystem. First on the list, we have Seian, which is, I believe, the biggest meme coin on Sei. And again, guys, there's not too much competition when it comes to Sei. This is around 1.6 million market cap, sorry. So it is very, very small, very, very high risk. You need to be prepared for anything to happen with this, guys. It could go to zero, or it could go on to do some big returns. I think 50x. Again, guys, 50x would be under 100 million. I think it is very possible as we see the growth with the Sei ecosystem. I think these projects are going to perform well. And another one, which I think is very close to being the best, I think both Cyan and Millie are two excellent choices for Sei. And ultimately, I think both of these are going to go on to perform well. This, again, is... it's been performing pretty well, and it is very close to flipping Cyan. I think it is just a few million smaller. But ultimately, guys, for me, these are the two best meme coins on Sei. I think they're going to perform really well. Next on the list, guys, we have another high cap, I think, mug coin. This is, I think, around 500 million. And again, there's too much competition. I don't know too much about this. I do know they have a decent community. 500 million, where is this going to go? I'm going to put this in potentially the 10 to 20x category. I do think there's better plays. Next on the list, guys, we have the base plays. Brett, this is the biggest base meme coin. And again, I do think this is going to perform well. Of course, we've seen, here Toshi really sort of become the mascot, but I think Brett is still going to perform really well. Very big community behind this as well. And, has come down a bit, has seen some resurgence over the past month or so. 600 million, where can this go from here? I'm going to say this can potentially 10 to 20x. And when we come to the next one, Toshi, this is, well, some people say this is the main one. Of course, this is the mascot. It is also on Coinbase as well. So for me, guys, I think overall, this is a project which can also perform really well. It is around 300 million. So it is around half the size of Brett. For me, I think this could potentially, I would say, 20 to 30x, guys. 20x on this would be around 6 billion. As we see base continue to grow, I do think this is going to perform well. So for me, I think 20x, 20 to 30x could be on the cards. Next on the list, guys, we have another sort of one of these big decent meme coins which has had its tank pretty much. Apu, which is around 80 million currently. A lot of hype sort of cleared with this. The volume sort of dropped a little bit as well. For me, it's decent. It's not one of the best. I'm personally going to put this in the 5 to 10x category, guys. I think there's better picks, but as I've said, it could perform. Next, we have Book of Memes. Again, another coin which I don't see too many people talking about. It is up around 50% over the past month, around 150 million market cap. Very good volume on this, good trading volume, and also it does have a Binance listing. I'm going to put this in 10 to 20x. I think could have a big comeback. Next on the list, we have MPC, another project which I do think has a good community behind it, has come down a lot, and I think it's down around 80%. Also has picked up a little bit over the past month or so, around 100 million market cap. I'm going to put this also in the 10 to 20x category. I do think there's better plays, but as I've said, it could definitely come back from here. Next on the list, guys, we have Chill Guy, which we saw this absolutely explode. We saw how many influencers, how many people were talking about this, and it has had a bit of resurgence over the past few weeks. This is up around 150%. Currently 90 million in market cap, and back to all-time highs. I think you're looking at around a 7 or 8x. And they're sort of starting to post a lot more as well. For me, I think this could give you potentially a 10 to 20x. I'm going to put this in the 10 to 20x category. Could have a comeback. Of course, it is high risk though. Next on the list, guys, we have another Sui play in the form of Su Deng. Another decent Sui play, around 25 million market cap. Good volume on this as well. And ultimately, I think, again, a 30 million market cap, I do think potentially this could give you, 20 to 30x. High risk though, guys. So be prepared for the risk that comes with this. Next, we have another Solana-based meme coin, FWOG, which also has shown a bit of strength over the past month. It is up around 50%, around 70 million in market cap. It's come down massively. This is still down around 90%. Back to all-time highs again. You're looking at around 8 or 9x. Could come back, guys. I'm going to put this in the 10 to 20x category. I think there's better plays, but ultimately it is a decent play. Next, we have AVAX. I think this is the biggest meme on AVAX. Cock Inu. Again, we are starting to see AVAX show some strength. As AVAX grows, this is going to grow as well. And still, I think this is pretty cheap. In terms of the current size, I think this is around 50 million in market cap. And yeah, guys, I think this could potentially 20 to 30x. I think you could say it's the best meme on AVAX. And yeah, obviously time will tell, just how this performs. Next, we have a meme on Solana, which has performed insane over the past month. This is up over 500%. Mu Deng on Solana, very strong coin. And again, this is also on Coinbase. It is around 250 million. Again, I wouldn't encourage buying on a huge surge like this. From here, probably I'm going to put this in the 10 to 20x category. It's rallied a massive amount, so you do need to be careful. Next, we were getting into the AI agents, AI memes in the form of A16Z. Now, this one is something which, again, we saw this whole hype with AI agents and, 400 million market cap. Is this still worth it? We've seen a little bit of hype die down with AI agents. If we see that hype return with these AI memes, this could definitely perform. I'm going to put this probably in the 10 to 20x category. I do think there are better players. For example, Turbo. I just think Turbo has much bigger community if you're looking for an AI meme. Next, we have another undervalued Sui meme in the form of Blub. Now, this is a very good option if you're looking for some Sui exposure. 10 million in market cap. High risk, of course, guys. But for me, this can also potentially, I would say, 20 to 30x. Could even go higher. Could it 50x potentially, but I'm going to put it in the 20 to 30x category. Next, we have another Sui meme, FUD the Pug, which is also pretty undervalued. This is around 4 million in market cap. Very good community behind this as well. I do also think this could potentially 50x. I'm going to put it in the 20 to 30x just to be a bit more conservative, guys, and anything on top of that is going to be, good. But again, guys, these are all very high risk. Next, we have American Coin. This is that US based, this whole sort of saga, this whole sort of niche around America. Very high risk, very degen. It is around 10 million in market cap. For me, I'm going to put this in the 20 to 30x, but as I've said, guys, very, very high risk. Next, we have the mascot for the linear blockchain, Foxy. And again, I do think this is still very undervalued, guys, around 9 million in market cap. Back to all-time highs, you're talking close to a 10x. I do think this could have a resurgence. Again, very high risk, depends on how linear performs. I'm going to put this in the 20 to 30x category. I think if you're getting it here, you're getting it pretty close to the bottom. And ultimately, we'll just have to see just how much hype this gets back. Next on the list, we have Popcat, another high cap project, which could perform well at around 500 million in market cap. I just think there are probably better picks. I'm going to put this in the 5 to 10x category. Again, could perform well, but as I've said, I just think there are better projects to get into. And we have another AI agent, AI meme, AI XBT by Virtuals. Around 200 million. It has shown some strength over the past month. It is up around 50%. Of course, the hype sort of needs to come back with these AI agents. We've seen Virtuals perform really well. And, this is a good play, good project on Virtuals, also based in Solana exposure. Very good community as well, and also a good use case. I think potentially I'm going to put this in the 10 to 20x category. I do think this is a good AI meme, AI agent. Next, we have GOAT. This is another decent option, which I think can perform well. Very undervalued as well, has shown some strength over the past month. And again, AI meme coin on Solana. This is a good project. I think could have a big recovery, around, I think it's around 100 and around 100 million. Again, I'm going to put this in the 10 to 20x category. I think, there's a lot of competition when it comes to AI memes. And we're getting towards the end, guys. Myro, this is on Solana. I believe this is one of the Solana founders' dog. It does perform well, and it sort of has surges randomly. Again, very high risk, around 25 million in market cap. Back to all-time highs. You're talking, I think, close to a 20x. Very degen, very high risk, but it could perform well. I'm going to put this in the 10 to 20x category. I think there's better plays. And finally, we have another AVAX play. I think this is No Chill on AVAX. And again, AVAX, as I said, as AVAX continues to perform, the memes will also perform. I think this is one of the better projects on AVAX. Around 5 million, I think, potential for this 220 to 30x, guys. So there you go, guys. This is my personal opinion on memes, around 40 memes, guys. If I've missed your meme coin, please drop it in the comments and I'll take a look and I'll give you my honest opinion, guys. Also, don't get offended if I've put one of your projects in a lower category, guys. But ultimately, guys, if you're looking for something which is very high risk but insane potential, Luby, this is a project which I think has insane potential. It is around 300k market cap, guys. This is the GTA senior artist, ex-senior artist who's made this, and really do some research. And then if you're looking for another high risk, I would go for some Psy exposure, Cyan or Millie. Punky for me is a no-brainer, something like Lofi. And then if you want to take more risk, Maniki, which is of course high risk, Foxy. Turbo is a good solid mid cap, around 300 million. And then, at the end of the day, guys, you just need to pick what you believe in. And yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon for the next video.